And that's the intro to our podcast. Welcome to the podcast, everyone.
That was beautiful.
Can you hear our golf clap? Yeah, everyone's here.
Oh, that was loud.
Yeah, yeah, it sure was loud.
Wow.
Yeah, we can see the levels over here. So, yeah, does everyone want to introduce themselves?
Where are we starting?
Let's
start with George.
Start with George. Yeah, start with George.
This is Jorge Casamiquela.
Ooh, that was a good intro. Can you beat that, Matt?
Some spice.
My name is Matthew Elijah Frey, and today we are conducting a podcast.
That was beautiful.
That was gorgeous, Matt. Okay, Pete, can you top that?
My name's Pete.
Wow, that was profound.
I'm a humble
and
man.
I'm Julian.
I'm a humble man of simple.
That was great.
Living a simple life.
So now we're all introduced, and so we're gonna do a live rock paper scissors to see who is going to go first for our topic. We each have four topics prepared. No, each of us has one topic prepared. We have four all in all. I can do math. So, yeah. So we're gonna. Matt, me, you want to go first? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, you won.
Matt.
Matthew just
Wait,
won.
I go first?
First round.
No, you, and then they get to.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right.
That was
So
Pete.
Pete
Let me
and
cut you,
Matt
bro.
both
Yeah.
won.
All right, there you go.
So they're
All right,
gonna
brother versus
right
brother.
now. Yep. Matt won.
Matt won.
So he gets to pick who is going to do their topic first.
Who's going first?
Who's going to do the topic first, Matt?
Not me.
Don't take forever.
No.
Julian.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to introduce the podcast.
Yeah.
Put your mic on that thing. If you're going to do some drum beats. Can you hear that guy? Picking up
Bring it up.
Okay, that's good. It means
Alright.
it's recording.
Topic number
So
one.
yeah, my topic is we were looking at we have some albums here. You can't see them, but we can. So we have the Beatles Abbey Road album.
Overrated.
And I was not. We'll get to you. So I was going to explain the theory that Paul is dead.
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney, yes.
Paul McCartney was in the
Wasn't
Beatles.
he here like sometime last year?
He's their drummer.
Yeah, I think he was here yesterday. Actually,
I had no idea.
Oh.
He was?
Or
Or was he?
Yeah, exactly. That's the
All right,
question.
so I've never heard of this theory.
You never heard that?
I've
All
never
right.
heard of
I don't
the
even know
Paul
who
is dead theory.
the Beatles are.
Oh.
So people believe that on the Abbey Road cover, in addition to some other evidence, I'm doing finger quotes. Can everyone see that? Can
I
you
see,
confirm
I
that?
see.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Confirm,
doing
confirm.
confirm finger quotes. So people have found evidence that Paul is actually dead and was replaced by, in fact, an impersonator who not only sings exactly like him, but apparently looks exactly like him as well.
I mean, that can be said about anyone, couldn't it? Like, I could tell you, what if before you met me, I died, and then someone else came and replaced who I was?
Pretty
Now-
much.
You
Now-
never know.
No one can replace
Now-
me because of my voice.
Now I have trust
true.
issues. Why'd you do that, Pete?
Is this really Peter?
I don't know. Is it?
My
Next
My name's
time.
actually Poncho
Barry
de Villa,
Allen.
Oh my.
and I'm
Fastest
from
man
the other
alive.
side of the wall.
Slowest, actually.
Yeah. So anyway, one of the evidences that these people have found is on the cover of the Abbey Road album, which I have here, so that I can see it, but you guys can't because obviously this is a audio podcast.
We'll put
at
it up on the
moment.
screen.
Yeah. We might. Yeah.
That'll be the cover for the first half.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Is that copyrighted, George? Do you think the?
We'll change it a little.
No, I mean, they
We'll
made
put like
easier.
yeah, exactly. We'll
Yeah,
Photoshop
yeah.
ourselves on
I'm-
that. That will be it. That's
I think
it.
they've made
Okay,
enough
I'm
money,
doing that.
So
Say what?
Yeah.
They've done enough.
They have
I
a
don't
little
think
bit
they
of money.
need to get the royalties from a
Right.
podcast.
Yeah.
That not too many people
And
are
we're
going
gonna
to
make like
If they
4
do,
cents on
then
it.
Just chill.
Yeah, I think we're
Okay.
good.
So, on this cover, which you can now see if all goes according to plan, we have Paul McCartney is in second place right here, walking. Of course, that is who is this? And who have we photoshopped on here at this point?
Who's second?
Yeah.
We'll do it by height. So, are you taller than me?
I think you're
Like
taller
5'10".
than me. I'm 5'10" too.
I'll gi-
5'10".
I'll give
Oh, wait,
you.
no,
I'll
I'm
give
not.
you.
I'll give you
I'll
think,
give
Paul?
the wisdom and the years.
All right.
of
Oh, okay.
experience.
I
And he said
appreciate
that he
Appreciate
died
it.
anyway.
First.
He said that he died
yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah, I'm not real.
yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, Peter actually, if you notice, he does not have any shoes on.
Oh, I didn't
He's
even
barefoot.
notice that.
Now,
Look at that.
this is now zoomed in on his feet right here. So now, if you are
Interesting.
burying someone, sometimes you take their shoes off before you bury them.
So
according to
far,
these
this evidence
conspiracists.
is not too great. But
Apparently, that's it. I mean, he's supposed to be the person who's like dead.
I'd assume you wouldn't keep your shoes on.
Well, I'd like to think that I have everything I need for a proper. Like I don't want to be shoesless.
Yeah.
You know, like if I'm.
For the amoebas and stuff,
If I paid for them,
Yeah.
might as well keep them on. You know.
I mean, it's still gross. I still want shoes
Yeah.
if I'm dead.
If I
but
bought,
then again, if you're dead, you have no say in it.
if I
That's true.
bought,
Unless I put it in my last will and testament.
if I
Don't
bought
take
like
my
a
shoes, George.
$130
Come on.
pair of J's, I'm gonna bury them with me.
Exactly. I know Matt's got a stack of J's somewhere.
I don't.
Yeah,
I-
in
I'm
his,
too poor.
in
He's
his
lying.
Amazon wish list.
That's where
I'm
it is.
more of a Vans guy.
Including his $200 Legend of Zelda.
I have
Yes.
fake Vans right here.
I have
Knock off
Vans
$10
too.
Vans.
I have
I
the
have real
Sperry's.
Vans.
Ooh, Sperry.
They're-
Wow, I'm
2
the
years
only
old.
one with Sperry's.
Okay, so we also see the first person here, which is
Matthew.
it's Matthew.
I guess it
That's
is now.
Matthew. Okay, that's Matthew. So Matthew looks like he could be a gravedigger. So he could, you know, he looks like he's ready to work. He looks like he could dig the grave.
Yeah.
Now, this one who is that?
Lennon?
Well, I mean,
Oh,
of us.
Me.
Is that
no,
that's you?
where's Ringo?
Yeah.
I gotta be Ringo,
Okay,
obviously.
Obviously, I am the preacher
There you go.
in this because he's dressed up all in white, and
Sounds right.
and he could be the preacher for the sermon for his death. And I forget what
Maybe a
the third one
mortician.
was supposed to be.
I just saw my face
I
with
I
don't
forget
know.
what you're the drummer.
I'm the
George.
drummer.
He's the drummer.
I do all the work. Underappreciated.
This is baffling me. I don't. Is this
So-
a legitimate theory?
Yes, it is.
Well,
It
I don't
is.
even know where the
People believe
theory's
this.
going.
So
Yeah, it's going on a weird place.
then the other thing, and this
Uh-huh.
is the thing that really like solidifies this as something that almost could be believed.
Uh-huh.
Notice that it says 28 if
28 if.
Like
on that
28
Volkswagen.
IF?
Yeah, 28 if. So they believe that this means that Paul would be 28 if
He was alive.
exactly.
How old was he when this album came out?
That's a good question, Matt. Do you want to look that up?
Matt's not buying this.
What's
He's
his
not
name?
buying it.
Paul McCartney.
So that, I mean, I think it's interesting
and Abbey Road.
because normally they'd have to blot out the license plate because that's what you
when he was
do.
born.
Yeah.
But I guess
We'll
the only
figure it out.
credible sort of,
Or maybe I can just type Abbey Road.
I mean, the fact that the license plate is there and you can read it is suspicious.
Yeah,
you know what?
I agree.
But I'm not buying this theory.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not buying it.
I
Now
mean, I
also-
believe he's the last one that's alive, though, right? Of the Beatles.
no,
And
Ringo's
Lennon.
still alive.
He was born
Ringo's still
June
alive. Lennon
18th,
died.
1942.
Lennon died.
I'm sorry.
91, right?
Yeah. Wait, what year was he born? Let's do math. George, do
1942.
math.
42. Okay.
When was Abbey
did
Road
Abbey Road
released?
come out?
When was Abbey Road
76,
released?
no?
You
It
think?
came out September 26th, 1969.
69. So
42, 52, 62. He was 27, so he'd have been 28.
boom, he'd be 28 if.
Ooh.
You see that?
Did I see that?
Yeah, 28 if.
That is
And then there's
interesting.
another
What's
3 letters at the
LMW?
top. LMW. Let's try to remember. I don't remember what it stood for, but it also was supposedly stood for something. Matt, do you want to look that up? What does LWF stand for on the?
LMW.
Oh, I'm sorry.
LMW.
LMW.
Now, what does the fox say?
The car sold at auction in 1986 for $23,000, just so that
Wow.
you might, need to know that.
Come on, man. You should have known what LMW stands for.
I forgot.
You're slacking.
Okay, so my only question is
Check another page, maybe.
Yeah, check
why?
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
If this is if this theory was true,
Uh-huh.
why go through the trouble of keeping it a secret?
True.
Well, they wanted to make money.
I think they would have made money
wanna-
regardless.
You don't want to go to the Beatles concert and see fake Paul. You want to see real Paul, right?
True.
You want to see real Paul.
Yeah, but if Paul's dead, then
Yeah, I don't get it. Wasn't
But-
the 60s a time of weird
Oh,
psychedelic
yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
they're thinking, let's get the people who want something weird like this.
I'm sure
And
that's
then now there
actually
are our
what it
fans,
was.
you know?
Yeah.
They're probably all alive.
If he what?
If
Oh
you
yeah,
li-
if you'd lived, we went through that. Okay, and then LMW. Oh, and also one thing is
Linda McCartney weeps.
Wow, that's
uh
they're really scraping the bottom
that
of the
is
barrel
yeah.
there.
But one thing that is some more evidence to this theory is that if you play some Beatles albums backwards,
Mhm.
they will actually
Say.
you can hear somebody saying things like Paul is dead.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I think they made this to make it a game.
I think they did too.
Because people like
I
to
don't
look
believe
into
it.
this stuff.
Just to say that I don't believe that this theory is true.
That reminds me of a Radiohead song, or music video actually.
Which
Are you
one?
you're familiar with Radiohead?
Yeah.
There's a music video called Just.
Just.
And in
Do you
the
want to bring
music
that up,
video, in the music video, it's this man who is laying on the sidewalk for no reason, right? This
Okay.
guy trips over him, and he's like, "Why are you laying here?" And the guy on the floor is just like, "Leave me alone. You wouldn't want to know. Just go away."
Matt? That looks like it.
So eventually,
That's
other
it, yeah.
people stop and stare, and
Click
it
it.
basically turns into this
There you go.
giant scene that
This
this
is all
guy
in
is
the video.
making. Yeah, it's a music video, and the guy who's laying on the floor refuses to tell them why he's laying on the floor. And then eventually he tells them, but they don't show you what he says. And then everyone's just laying on the floor for no reason. Like
What?
they never explain the video, and it's super weird. And the band has agreed to never disclose what the guy says to everyone that makes them all fall to the floor. I mean, they don't die or anything. They're just laying on the floor.
He's laying on the floor. I see it. Okay, so the
he
dude
says
trips
something
over.
to keep him on the floor.
Well, everyone wants to know why he's laying on the floor, but he
Yeah.
doesn't. He refuses to tell them.
So what's the conspiracy theory?
God, there's billions. There's
Really?
billions of
Yeah.
conspiracy theories. But the band has said, we know what he says, but we'll never ever tell you.
Really?
Yeah,
What if he just says nothing?
I'd be really disappointed.
I think a lot of people would be really disappointed if
Yeah.
that's what it was, according to what I've heard just now.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what? That reminds me of
it's a good song though.
random bands keeping secrets from people. Imagine Dragons.
What about
That's
Imagine
actually how they
Dragons?
made their name.
What? How?
Yeah, the name Imagine Dragons is just a what's that word? Anagram.
Anagram, yeah.
And it's an anagram.
What's an anagram
for
for?
another thing that
Do we know?
they didn't want to tell because they knew as they became popular, everyone would know everything about them. Like people are crazy. And
Well,
wanna
let's
know
figure out
everything.
what this anagram is.
I think I looked it up and there was like theories of what it could mean.
All right, well, get
What's
that
an-
research.
What
Let's
is
see,
an
let's see.
anagram?
An anagram is like search for anagram on Google. It will pull up Nagaram.
Oh, so an anagram is like
Anagram?
a word that you rearrange the letters and it makes a different word?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
Matt, I
exactly
learned that
what
in
it is.
second grade.
Oh.
But anyways,
You know race car. You spell it backwards. It's still race car. Matt
Mind
doesn't
blown.
believe-
Matt's gonna stay up,
Anagrams,
Matt's
I
gonna
wanna
stay up
know
all night
more.
tonight.
Like if
Here
you
we
take
go.
all the letters in a word and took them out, what other words could you spell?
It's like a game. People play it like it's a
Yeah.
game. You know.
Look, some of the ones that came up that people wonder if it's that. It says 107,000
Oh
different
my goodness.
combinations. Some including adoring,
Adoring
images,
images,
a
a
roaming
roaming
design,
design.
Romans
Where's
big
MS Paint?
Angie.
I want to type out some
should,
theories.
Start typing MS Paint.
That's funny.
Literally start typing MS Paint
Oh.
on the keyboard.
We're scrambling it up.
Pick your hands up.
and then type with them. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So right
they
now
said-
George is researching some different possibilities.
Well, this is why they named themselves Imagine Dragons. It says we really had a phrase that we all agreed upon and had meaning to us, particularly as artists. We thought it would be cool to keep something to ourselves because you're always exposing yourself as an artist. So a lot of time, he just keeps going, blah blah blah. But pretty much, they wanted one thing that they could keep between themselves.
That's cool. I respect that.
Yeah, that's not
Kind of like, people think the moon landing was faked.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
The moon landing, though, I think that was.
Of course it
the moon
was.
landing, it could have been done.
Yeah,
They could have done it easily.
Yeah.
I think Mythbusters had a whole episode on that, and
Really?
like they debunked
Yeah,
it.
they did.
They did.
I think so.
No, all I
Jin
got so
Ram.
far was Gone Jin Ram.
And that's using all the letters. Impressive.
Obviously,
now I need-
that
I
is what
need-
they wanted us not to know.
Gone
Gone Jin Ram D.
Okay.
I agree with that. I think
All
that's-
right, I think it's time for topic number 2.
Yeah, I believe so
Da-
too. So who's going second? How do we
Dan?
figure
Matt,
this out?
Matt was the
Matt's
winner,
the
so
chooser,
he
so-
he chooses the second topic.
All right,
Oh.
Matt. Who is going
Yeah, I'll
second?
go
Yeah, let's put- go ahead and put the album We're now putting
Wasn't
the
there
album
more
back.
though in Sergeant Pepper's Lonely
There's
club band?
I'm sure there are a lot of references, but I don't know any of them.
All right.
I think Daniel was telling me about that.
This topic is
You would
going
know
to
that.
trigger a lot of people,
Oh god.
but I think Beatles are the most overrated band of all time.
I'm leaving. I'm walking out.
but
I'm
you
literally
have to-
of all time.
You have to
right
make
now.
your case.
Now
you have to
make
explain
your
why.
case.
Just think
Matt.
about all the better artists
better
in the 60s
artists?
and 70s.
All right,
we got
better
name
artists.
three.
Name
we got Dion.
what?
Dion.
We got
I don't know what that
Never
is.
heard of them.
No.
we got Mungo Jerry.
That was in the 60s.
That was 60s and 70s.
That
Is
was in
this
the
indie
that
nothing?
was late 70s.
All right, but the Beatles still played in the 70s, right?
Yeah, but they
You
they
said
were
of the 60s.
You know, let me look
thriving
up
in
the
the-
bands in the 60s that were amazing.
60s or 70s?
All right, so first we got
60s.
Dion.
I think.
Bands in the
Well, this
60s.
I mean,
Abbey
not
Road was
born,
in
but, you know.
69, and that was like their biggest.
I will
the Rolling
say
Stones,
Dion,
The Who are legendary.
Okay. Who I can give you that? Yeah.
The Doors.
But I wouldn't say they're better
I got
than the
I got
Beatles.
one for you, Matt.
Pink
Give me
Floyd.
3 songs by The Who.
Ooh, I love the Who.
All right, I can't do The Who, but I can do The Doors.
All right, give
Okay,
me 3
do the
songs by
Doors. 3 songs
Alright.
by the Doors that
We
you
got
know.
Touch Me,
Okay.
Light My Fire,
Okay.
and
See,
That's
Hold
2.
on. There's one more that I know.
see
One
how
more.
like difficult this is for him though.
I can name 10
I think
right
me
now.
and
Okay,
Matt-
name 10 Beatles songs, Peter. Go.
Yeah, easy.
Well, all right,
Let's
look,
all-
check it out, check it out.
I can easily do
I don't
that.
hate the Beatles either, but I do take Matt's side a little bit on
Yeah,
No.
there's
I do too.
music
Why?
that I appreciated from other bands more than the Beatles.
Yeah.
Like Dion
Dion is
the
legendary.
Belmonts was
the
my
Bee
favorite.
Gees.
I do love the Who, I do love the Doors, I do love the Rolling Stones.
I'll put it this way: until maybe a year ago, I never heard a song by the Beatles.
Really?
Like by myself. Maybe I heard it on the radio, whatever.
Right.
People sing it.
Well, that's because
but-
they just got on Spotify a year ago.
Exactly, yeah. So like a year ago when I actually listened to them, mostly because of Daniel, who actually
Right.
listened to them because of your dad. So it was like,
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he
My
said.
dad's
'Cause they
responsible
played,
for
and then
this
he was
entire
like-
podcast. Thank you, Dad.
Pretty much.
Led Zeppelin.
Shout out to dads
But,
everywhere.
But yeah,
Of
from
course, the
listening to
Beatles.
them,
Of course, the Beatles is the
number
first
one.
thing.
Because
that
they're
pops
the
up.
best.
No, they're
there's-
not.
I think there's a solid, from their hundreds of songs, or like 100 something from their 10 albums, there's
Right.
a solid 20 or 30 that I really like. Which for me, I
See,
think that's good.
That's something
Yeah.
good because normally I wouldn't have like a multi-digit,
Yeah.
number of songs that I like from any artist.
True.
Maybe
true.
like 1 or 2 or 3,
Yeah.
but not like 20 or 30 or more,
That's true,
which
that's
I
true.
like from the Beatles that I really, really like.
What about this though? How many bands can you say you like their full album? Every song.
Imagine Dragons.
I can name a couple. Yeah.
Me, Imagine Dragons.
I think Pink Floyd has an album that I love all of their songs
Dark
on.
Side of the Moon?
Tycho.
I'm saying the whole band, every album they've ever made.
Oh, every
every album they ever made.
Every.
Well, I can
Never
easily I can go
mind.
back into the 50s and
Yeah.
you listen to Chuck Berry,
Nope.
Chuck Berry.
you'd recognize his music.
Yeah.
It's very popular music. His albums, I listen to his albums from beginning to start. I don't skip
the
a song.
Postal Service. The Postal Service. They've made one album.
Yeah, I
that's
was
why
gonna
can
say,
that.
I think they made one album.
I know that one song.
Nirvana.
They got a good song though. No, but Imagine Dragons.
Nirvana, yeah.
All of
I
them.
love all of Nirvana's album, every single song on them.
Name
Yeah.
5 Nirvana songs. Nirvana's my
Smells Like
favorite
Teen
rock band
Spirit.
of all time.
Alright.
Negative Creep,
2,
Lithium.
3.
Okay.
I know this. I know
Choke.
this. I know this. I know this.
Choke. Choke.
No, I know more. Just give me a minute. I've been
He's
listening
joking.
to Nirvana in so
He's
long.
Somebody get the.
No one
get the
knows
hum mic.
Nirvana
There's
like
one
me.
that
My mouth is super dry. That's why I'm like really.
Yeah,
Of course
okay.
it
All
is.
right, yeah. Mine too.
Some
Get
water.
a, get a.
Ooh,
Oh,
we got
you
some
want water?
brownies
You got
here.
some brownies right here. Yeah.
Want some brownies? They just
Some
showed
brownies.
up.
Some.
There's brownies.
They materialized.
Yeah. They.
Why don't name 10 Nirvana songs, Peter? If you're such a huge fan.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay.
He put you on
All
this.
right.
He put you on the
Do it.
spot, bro.
10 Nirvana songs.
10 Nirvana.
Go.
Oh, wait. 10 Nirvana songs in 10 seconds.
Oh gosh, I can't talk that fast.
All right,
Alright,
that's
15,
all
okay.
right.
1 minute.
15
How about
seconds.
1 minute.
30
Give me 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay.
All right.
Let's see.
Going to the clock.
We're opening
10
the clock.
Nirvana songs.
All right, ready?
All right.
Go.
Go.
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Okay.
Breed. Come As You Are.
Uh-huh.
Lithium. Something in the Way.
Choke.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to think of
10
Nevermind
seconds in.
album.
can
Heart
do
Shaped
this.
Box.
Okay.
In
All the songs.
Utero.
He's
Bro.
doing pretty good.
All right.
Milk It.
I hope these are real songs, man.
Yeah,
10.
you know.
They are 9, 8,
Uh-oh.
7.
I can sing all of them.
6, 5, 4,
Sliver.
3, 2, 1. No, 9.
He named more than me, so
I could do it. I could do it. I could do it if I wasn't timed. But
it was pressure. It was the pressure.
Yeah, it was the pressure. I choked. I choked.
He choked.
I think that's my favorite song by the
I'm surprised you forgot about "Come as You Are." I like that one.
Another song I love by
What's next?
Matt, we've done yours. We've done Matt's. So yeah, I think Matt needs a break.
All right.
So yeah, we're back on the second half of our podcasts. Yeah, so that was a really good intro.
It was decent.
Thank you.
It was good.
Yeah, it was decent.
That was all Matt on the piano.
Yeah, just. No, my favorite one. I love that one.
That's a good one.
So,
Let's do Pain versus Boredom. That sounds really interesting.
all right,
Versus Boredom.
George, you're
All
up.
right.
All right.
Let me give you a scenario, Matt.
All right.
I put you in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Matt's in a room now.
Okay. You in that room?
Yeah, I'm gonna close my
Visualize.
eyes.
Close your
this.
eyes, yeah.
Listeners, visualize.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a button.
You have a button now, Matt.
When you hit it,
Can you see the button? What color
you
is
see
it?
the button?
The color is purple.
Okay, purple button. When you hit it, you're gonna get a huge jolt of electricity right through your body. Okay. You don't like it.
All right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now.
Don't like it.
There you go. There you
Oh,
go.
okay. He's doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe we should shock him for real.
All right. So that happened. So now
You
you
did
know
that
what. Now you
once.
know what pain is. Okay. Now I'm gonna put you in
Now
another
you
room.
know what pain is.
I'm gonna
Since he
close the
didn't
room.
before
You need to stay in this room for 30 minutes.
for 30 minutes.
Nothing. You can't do anything. You're not gonna have your device. No music. Nothing.
Just you and a chair.
You and a light. But I'm gonna put that button in the room.
All right.
The one that gave you that electric jolt you didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 30 minutes. Would you press that button, or would you just sit there for 30 minutes doing nothing?
I'm a weird person, so I can just be alone with my thoughts, and I'll entertain myself for 30 minutes.
Wow. So you just
Yeah,
completely.
All right.
you're not that
but,
weird.
But I'll press the button a few
All right.
times,
Thank you.
All right. Pete,
just
what would you do?
for a train of thought,
Exactly.
finding out why pain exists. Why do we exist?
You're getting a little deep, Matt.
Why does the button exist?
This is okay.
Why must a harmless-looking button inflict so much pain on one?
This is too deep for this podcast. Let's go back up to the surface. This is
For
All
me, I would most likely keep my hand on the button until the 30 minutes are up, or I die.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
George. What would you
Julian?
do?
What would I do?
Mm-hmm.
I'd press the button a couple times.
I think I would sit there for a while and then get bored and then
But here's
press the button.
Here's my
Exactly,
thing. You have to sit down for 30 minutes, so you can't get up and move around or
Yeah,
anything.
but there's nothing in the room.
There's no reason you would stand
Oh, dude, I
up.
would jog around. I'd do push-ups.
I guess you could do that.
You're the most unphysical person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, but if I had time,
you'd
to
probably
spare-
sit on the button.
You would,
Out of,
That's a good idea.
yeah.
you would sit on
Like
the
a
button and you
massage.
would not have enough energy to get up.
I would
from that
dismantle the
button.
button.
Sure, you would. man.
And-
Reverse engineer.
Of course.
Yeah,
You would send a shock back to the people who made the button.
exactly. I'll DDoS the whole facility.
Okay, do you want to explain what DDoS means to our less tech savvy
All right, so
viewers,
basically DDoS
listeners?
is distributed denial of service attack.
Yes, it is.
And basically what that means is that basically what you do is that you get a whole bunch of junk files from your computer,
Yeah.
and then you hack into the website that you want to DDoS to the point where you're like the administrator for you to make changes to the website.
yeah.
Then you go into the website's code, and then you pour all of that junk into that website to the point where the website crashes from
I
things that
see.
don't make sense in the code.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty good explanation. Yeah.
Okay, back to the point. So, the idea is
Now that we've gone completely off the rails.
that the brain constantly needs something to stimulate.
Yeah.
So, when you're at a point where you have nothing versus something, even if it's negative, you would choose the negative thing.
It's really interesting. There's this challenge I've been hearing that's kind of similar, where it's the most silent room in the world. You know about that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It has like all these panels on the walls that make the room completely silent.
Yeah. Didn't Microsoft do it or something? I forget.
I forget where it is.
I
I
don't
think it's in
know, yeah.
Amsterdam.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
people said they couldn't have stayed in the room for like 30 plus minutes
Yeah.
because
Huh.
it makes them go crazy.
Well, what about people who are born deaf?
That.
They're used to that.
I got a good question for you. I got a good question. Okay. Someone's born deaf. What language do they think in?
Oh.
How do they think? What are
Yeah.
they thinking?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
I think it depends on the ethnicity of the person who's teaching them sign language. So,
But
What
here's
kind
the
of
thing,
sign
how do
language?
How do they
You know?
learn communication in the first place?
how do any of us learn communication in the first place?
No, I'm just saying, like, if they're doing sign language, that's not a neck. No, that's not a neck. That's not a neck.
Family Pack?
No.
Self-service family album?
It confuses me actually because deaf
well,
people don't know words that were born deaf.
What about that story about the person who was born deaf and blind?
Oof.
Do you know what I'm talking
Helen
about?
Keller?
It's
Yeah.
what we call a double whammy.
She talk. You have to like use your hands, but like who
Yeah,
knows
like
that language?
water. You know, like they had her like feel water.
Yeah. But the way she would talk to the person that taught her was like they would have to be touching. And, like,
Right, like hand sign language,
Exactly.
like you know, like
Yeah.
that
How
sign
many people
language.
know that?
Yeah,
So the amount of interaction she had was like.
a language would have to be developed for them, and then they would have to somehow learn that language. It's not like it's their language, you know. It's very interesting.
There's people who have regained vision after blindness.
Yeah.
Like I've heard people like
They get like
eye donors or
yeah.
something.
Oh, really? I've
Imagine
heard
how
like computers.
imagine
and
how
stuff.
weird it must be, like becoming like having vision. You're seeing humans and you're like,
Yeah. Oh,
what?
Why
Wait, they look Yeah.
Why am I ugly?
Have I looked like this all these
Hello?
years? Well, now we've gone completely off the rails. Do you want to move on to the next topic?
Next
yeah,
topic.
let's see what other topics we have.
What we got?
Why don't we do?
Yeah, what else is there?
The lawsuits.
Lawsuits?
What did you? Oh, lawsuits. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got that.
I'm in like a really like philosophical mood right now.
What is a lawsuit, man?
A lawsuit is when something
But what
you don't
is
like
a
happens.
lawsuit?
No, what really is a lawsuit?
So law comes from the Latin word
Lawsuitio.
el lawsudo.
That's totally
Yeah.
Latin.
that was deep.
It's incredibly racist.
Look that up. What's the Latin word for law? Look it up.
Ab absurdo
Ab absurdo.
That's absurdo.
and evidentiary suggestion
Did you
or
get that at home?
statutory
No.
interpretation that is or leads to an absurdity. It's the closest thing I could find.
That's what I said. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, right?
So lawsuits are absurd.
Interesting.
On the topic of absurd lawsuits,
Mm-hmm.
that was a golden transition. That was really
It
good.
was.
Sleeping student sues teacher for waking him up.
Wow.
There's so many cases
That's
where I
brilliant.
could have done that.
I'm on the side of the student.
Same
Yeah.
here.
I don't know why I didn't do that.
In March 2008 in Connecticut, a 15-year-old sues his teacher for slamming her palm on his desk to wake him up during class, an action that he claimed caused him ear damage.
Genius.
There are plenty of occasions where
Hashtag
teachers
genius.
have caused me ear damage.
Why didn't you do that, man?
I'm.
Do it, do it.
It was middle school.
You can still do
I
it.
was dumb. All my teachers in high school are cool though.
No, not to go too off topic here, but I had a teacher once in the 7th grade.
Hashtag off
We were
topic.
having a lockdown. Now, if you're familiar with the lockdown,
Always.
the school
I don't think
is
Julian's done one before.
is-
What's a lockdown?
He
the
didn't
school
know.
goes under lockdown when there's suspicious activity on the campus,
Mhm.
Or drill.
and
I did a fire drill once.
So what happens is we all go to like a closet. We lock the classroom door. We go
What
to a
class was
closet.
it though?
What?
Was it science class?
Yeah, it was science class.
All right.
So we go under. We hear the drill. We hear the
Hashtag
announcement.
off-topic.
We have to go run into the closet. It's pitch black in there, and I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down.
Okay.
And I'm feeling the shelf behind me, and I pick up what I assume was like a beaker.
Okay.
And I have a very good friend of mine, childhood friend. I'm assuming he's sitting across from me in the darkness. So I pick it up and I throw it, and all I hear is a crash. I didn't know it was glass because we had plastic. No,
it was a beaker, but he didn't know it was made out of glass.
Yeah, I thought because we
Which
had
that's
plastic.
a neck because any liquids that you use in science can burn through plastic. You know that, right?
Okay, but we weren't. What do you think we were
Hashtag
doing in
science.
7th grade science class?
College level chemistry.
So I threw it. It crashed. The lights turn on.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
the only one sitting on this side. Everyone else is sitting on the other side.
Had to be Peter.
The teacher looked at me.
Oh
He
my
took me from the
God.
closet and he sat me down in the classroom and went back into the closet.
Wow.
So if there was someone,
Are you
if there was a
serious?
suspicious person on the campus
What?
who was looking for someone,
my big head was right there.
Believe it or not, I got him in 8th grade in the same school, and
Really?
he saw my last name, and he was like, "Nope, I hate this person."
Are you kidding?
I remember we had a really big test, and he was
Yeah.
handing out the test, and he completely skipped me. He didn't give me the test, so the whole period I was just sitting there at my
That's
desk.
cool. I mean, that's good. What are you talking about? That's great. You don't have to take the test? Yeah, I do have another one. Man sues Michael Jordan for looking like him. July 2006, Oregon. A resident sued former basketball star Michael Jordan and Nike founder for $832 million,
Oh my
claiming
god.
that they have made Jordan such a recognizable figure that he has suffered personal harm from being repeatedly mistaken for the basketball player.
How is that harm?
Why not just go all the way to $1 billion? Round it up.
For real.
Why are you stopping short?
832.
Yeah.
To be fair, within a month, they dropped the suit.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, that I don't.
Well, why didn't he play off of it and be like, yeah, I am Michael Jordan, and go
Yeah,
with
exactly.
it? You know?
I would. I
He
mean,
coulda
there was some.
went with it.
There, I read an article on someone who he looks like exactly like J.J. Abrams, and like he doesn't like deceive people with it. But
Yeah.
if like a kid is like, "Hey, you're J.J.
You just
Abrams,"
go with
he's
it.
just he just goes with it. He's like,
Make their
"Yeah,
dreams.
yeah, see ya, yeah."
Yeah, make
You
him
know?
happy.
Yeah.
There's
exactly.
a kid
why not?
that thought
Yeah.
Peter was legit Peter Parker.
What?
You don't. Oh,
I once got mistaked for a Jonas brother.
How?
It was really awkward because we were picking up Cassidy and her friend from a Jonas Brothers concert, and I was
Oh my-
waiting for them in the
Sorry,
parking
I spit on
lot.
you.
It's alright, it's fine.
And these girls turn around, they whip around, and they just start screaming. And I was like, oh my god!
They're picking
I was like, what's happening? And they came up close to me. They're like, oh,
why didn't you just run?
Dang.
I should have, yeah.
What'd they say?
You should have said like, give me $80 and I'll play a song for you or something.
Well,
I'll sign your
even
hand.
if you told, even if
I'll
you
sign-
even if you
Round it up,
said
bro.
even if you said I'll
100.
give you
That's
$1 billion.
what happened with this guy.
Yeah,
800
a
mil?
live performance for only $100. That's a good deal.
Okay, but even if you said
They
I'll
just
give you
saw a
$1
live
billion,
performance for
I don't
$100.
know any Jonas Brothers song at all.
I mean, you can just not even. You can just say, "Oh, I'll give you an autograph."
Yeah, just sign their hand and say Jonas.
But if you
I'll just sign my real name.
or like
When you get
Twain
home,
or something.
Who is this guy? But shout out to Michael Jordan. My middle name's Jordan.
Shout out
Hey.
to
Greatest
Jonas Brothers.
greatest ever.
Sponsored
Number
by
23
Jonas
Chicago
Brothers.
Bulls.
So what's the next lawsuit?
I don't have any more. Anybody else?
I don't got any.
I can
don't
talk
think
about
I
stories
don't
from
think I got any.
school.
What do you
We were
think
talking
this
about.
is?
I like telling stories. I have a lot of interesting stories.
Number one-
Interesting is
You don't. Number two,
I
we're
do.
talking about lawsuits.
I do. I do have a lot of very interesting stories. Okay.
I have another one now.
Another one.
Another lawsuit.
What?
Man sues himself.
For what?
This one's actually pretty clever. April 1995, in Virginia, an inmate was upset at himself for getting arrested and breaking and entering, and he decided to make himself pay by suing himself for $5 million. Now, he sought payment for a civil rights offense. Of course, he didn't have the $5 million to pay himself, so he asked that the state would pay on his behalf.
Oh my.
Wait,
God.
what? That is extremely clever.
It sure
yeah, but
is.
did it work?
They didn't pull it off.
It says his
Can
suit
you
was thrown
imagine?
out.
Yeah,
of course.
If that would have worked, I wanted
Nice
to
It's
idea.
shake
rather
Nice
clever,
idea.
though. It's actually rather clever.
Nice idea.
That is really clever.
A
oh
for
my
effort.
gosh.
So, do we have any other topics?
We have the Nintendo Switch
Let's talk about
We haven't
that.
even started on that one.
coming out in March.
March 3rd.
I'm especially excited.
$300.
You are, man.
Very reasonably priced.
That
And I'll tell
is-
you why. It's because Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is finally
Of
coming
course
out
it
after
is.
4 years of being announced.
What about? Oh yeah, that's true. What about
after-
Odyssey?
That looks really good too.
It
does.
That looks so much. It's a new
Mario
Mario,
Odyssey.
game.
Oh, where he's in New York?
Yeah.
Yes, and other places.
You know what I don't like though that really made me mad?
What?
That one of their launch titles is a remastered version of Mario Kart 8. They're
Yeah,
not making
yeah.
they're not making a new Mario Kart. They're remastering 8.
What was it? Mario Kart
That is
8
really, really
XL or
dumb.
something.
Something.
Deluxe, I think.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
all they're doing is giving you
Yeah.
all of the DLC content, so all the extra tracks and characters you had to
Oh.
pay for,
Really?
and that's it.
But I feel like the gimmick now is that you can take it portable and you can
yeah.
play with people.
True.
But then
It
you
makes it
have
way better,
Zelda
but
as
it's
a
not
launch title.
No, it is
What?
bad. It's a
Yeah.
very
They're
bad
on-
launch
they're on.
lineup. But
It is.
I mean, all you need is Zelda. Am I right?
people
Zelda.
No.
All right, so I have a Switch-related question.
All right.
Now, the Switch is going to be one of the cheapest consoles to ever come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$299.
That's cheap.
But
Amazing, to be honest, for what it does.
I know where you're going
But
with this. I know where he's going with
the accessories
There you
for
go.
it are more expensive
disgustingly.
than any of the other consoles that are out.
Interesting. That's
So-
a genius. But like, that's how Nintendo did the Mario Run. Am I right?
Yeah.
They made
Yeah.
the game free.
Yeah, like
But you have to pay $10
Which
for
I
an
did.
in-app purchase. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it too.
Ah.
I was like, this is awesome. I'm definitely going to want to play this a lot, and I
Could
don't
you think
play
about it?
I played
People-
the first 3 levels
People
and I
pay
was like, bleh.
$60 for a full game, so 10. It's like, oh, this is a steal.
yeah.
But
It's
it
not
was
a full
alright.
game. You
Yeah.
finished it?
Yeah, it's only 6 worlds, 4
All right.
levels
Well,
each.
do a quick review
But-
of Mario Run.
The cool thing is that you know how you in the game you have to get the coins,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They have like 5 purple coins.
Yeah.
Each level has 3 different ways. So like when you get the first
Oh.
5 purple coins,
Yeah.
it's like a new level because now they're in different places.
Yeah, I beat all
Oh,
3 levels like that.
Yeah. So it's like
But-
you got 6
Wow.
worlds, 4 levels, but you got to do them 3 times each.
Interesting.
Well, my
You know,
thing
they
is-
haven't
Not bad.
they haven't quote unquote. I'm doing finger quotes. Easy mode
Yeah.
now.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I
why does
heard
it need to
about
be
that one.
easier than that? To me, it was
Yeah.
like
The game
I
is
don't know.
really easy. Yeah.
It's
too
easy. Yeah.
easy as it is. to
very
me.
Mario games in general are easy.
Yeah.
On a
pretty-
completely unrelated topic, the GoPro Karma is back on sale after it fell out of the sky.
Is that the
The
drone?
what?
Yeah, GoPro made a drone called the GoPro Karma,
Yeah.
and they sold it to just a couple people. I think like 4,000 people or something,
For real?
Mhm.
and they were using it. And every now and then, it just fell out of the sky randomly and dropped and destroyed itself. But
Oh my
the
God.
GoPros are amazing. They survive, and you see you get to watch the video
Yeah.
of it falling and everything. But the GoPro Karma, apparently, it was something with the battery. So
Kind of like Propel.
yeah, exactly. It had a battery switch that was like bad, and it didn't hold the battery in. So when it was up there and vibrating a whole lot, it like came loose,
Turned
and then the thing
Oh
fell.
man, did they
So-
get their money back?
Yeah, everybody they
All
got
right, good.
GoPro did a
How much was it?
huge voluntary recall. It was $700, I think,
Oh my
Yikes.
gosh.
without the GoPro, and it's $1,000 with a GoPro.
Oh my.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
they had to recall like I think like 4,500
Not
drones.
to
or
mention that's
something like that.
dangerous. Some people could have gotten hurt from that.
And it hasn't been on sale for months.
Uh-huh.
And the DJI Mavic is like blowing up. It was like it came like a week
loves that
after.
now.
It came a week after the Karma.
Mhm.
That's just
amazing.
It's tiny.
Yeah, but the Karma is finally back on sale again. It's on DJI. I'm sorry, not DJI, but GoPro's website again.
Really?
Yeah.
People can get it, and apparently they
You fixed
have
it?
re-engineered the battery, the switch
Same
that
price.
held on it. Yes, same price.
You
Ooh.
would have thought they would have lowered it.
I would have too. I mean, it was to me,
A
it's too
little bit.
expensive anyway. It's more
Yeah.
expensive than the Mavic, which is better
Yeah.
because it has it. The Mavic
Well,
is amazing. It has.
does it have 4K?
buttons and stuff.
Does,
yes, it does have 4K.
Both of them? Both
Both
of the
of them
drones?
do, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but the Mavic
The
is
Mavic
a far
is
superior
insane.
drone and a far smaller drone as
Yeah.
well.
It's
But
like
they're
this small, isn't it?
they're still
Really?
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
streams
no
4K?
joke.
The wings
Yeah.
like, come out. It's amazing. I want
That's
Yeah,
it
it's
so
really
bad.
really
cool.
cool.
But
want it bad.
yeah, but they're still selling the GoPro Karma, which is worse in most ways for
Yeah.
more money, even though it falls out of the sky.
Yeah,
Or
it's just,
pretty much.
the brand placement, because GoPro in itself is a very expensive brand.
That one's a little bit broken. Yeah.
But yeah, like one GoPro is like $400, $600.
Yeah, 400.
Which is ridiculous
Yeah.
because like a small camera. But
Yeah, it's a tiny camera. Mm-hmm.
yeah, like you'd expect those things would come out for like $200 would,
And you know what?
would be my
the
price
old
for
GoPros
it,
are still
honestly.
expensive.
And it's one
Yeah.
of those things that people will buy, even though they have no experience. Like, I want
Exactly.
a good camera. It's just one of those names where
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
Apple. Like, I want a good camera. I skateboard once a week. I need some
Mhm.
epic shots of my skateboarding.
If
Yeah.
you live in the southeast part of the USA,
There you go.
Yeah.
then it's gonna
Florida.
Which we may or may
there's-
not.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, we totally don't. We no. But anyways, you're having a GoPro is pointless because it's just flat land. It's not
Except
really
the
It
something.
skate park.
depends on the creativity of the person.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna drive a car down the
Fact.
street
Peter's
and it
just
looks cool.
trolling.
If you live up in like, you know,
Yeah, point.
Yeah.
Nebraska or like North Carolina
Come on,
or Arizona, that's
If Go-
that's
Those are
when
the
you
cool
buy a
states.
GoPro.
GoPro
Yeah,
is listening.
People
even New
think-
York.
Give
even
me a GoPro and I will make the most
Yeah,
fascinating
give
video
us all-
you've
give-
ever seen.
You can spot
4
sponsored by
GoPros and
GoPro.
we'll do something. Or is that all of them?
Any other
I think it's
topics,
all.
Matt?
We have
Three.
yeah. Let's start off this topic with
An excerpt.
4 minutes and 33
excerpt.
seconds of just complete silence.
An excerpt of it.
Okay,
All right,
We're gonna play
1
that
minute,
excerpt
1
for
minute.
you.
We're gonna
Okay.
play an excerpt from John Cage's 4-minute 33 seconds, performed by the wonderful Matt.
Check me out, guys. This is real talent
I
right
can't
here.
wait
Here we
for
go.
him to do this.
Okay. Okay.
All right, let me get started. 3, 2, 1.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you
Look at
so
all those
much.
cheeks.
I'm crying
Now-
right now just from performing it.
To explain what just happened,
Obviously, your whole world has been changed.
Yes,
we know.
there's actually a deeper meaning behind this.
All right. So 4 minutes 33 seconds is a piece of pure silence.
And it's 4 minutes and 33 seconds, as you would have guessed.
Exactly.
That's what, hence the name.
So we just performed movement 1.
John Cage basically said that he thinks anything can be music
Mm-hmm.
when you think about it in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So like this
Which
whole
is
time
deep.
we were talking, there's really loud air conditioning in the background, and we have not been listening to it. But when we were performing that excerpt,
in air quotes,
we
I
were
don't know
listening to
why.
it, and that's what
It's
John
performance.
Cage thinks is music.
That was pretty good. That
It was.
Yeah.
That was impressive,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you.
This is
thank
the
you.
exact quote from John Cage.
All right.
Wherever we are, what we hear is mostly noise. When we ignore it, it disturbs us. When we listen to it, we find it fascinating.
Oh, the wisdom.
Oh yeah.
That got
wisdom.
me, bro. That's deep.
I don't know about you viewers at home.
It's a really
listeners at
genius
home.
idea.
It is. I mean,
I'm impressed.
That's literally the piece that got him famous.
Yeah.
So that's
We know who
quite
he
the
is
accomplishment.
because he did nothing for 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
And he made millions of dollars off of it.
Probably.
It's
Full orchestras have performed.
Can you
this.
copyright
it's-
that?
That was one of the lawsuits that a man.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I even brought this up. That a man.
Oh yeah.
Tried to sue someone for copying his silence.
Oh my gosh.
Yet no two silences are alike.
It's like you're listening to a song on the radio. Is that my silence?
But what if you actually did copy his silence, his exact silence, pixel for pixel or whatever you say it for
Yeah, but
audio?
when you record it, there's still going to be some imperfection that it's not going to make it the exact one. Somehow.
But can't that be true of any time you record anything?
True.
Yeah, like that little excerpt we just recorded. You hear the air conditioning in the background.
Nothing is copyrighted.
That's
Nothing.
true. So then if you get a picture and they try to copyright us on YouTube, we
Yeah.
can say we added a little
If
something
you
in
think
there.
about it, nothing is copyrighted.
That's true, that's true.
But back on the 4 minute and 33 second whatever thingy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty clever because it kind of reminds me of reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine what happens in the book in your mind, and when you're listening to 4 minutes and 33 seconds, if you know the purpose behind it, you appreciate it more. And I think that's really clever, in my
That's true.
opinion.
And I
Did you
think
say you
that
read
is the
books?
meaning of life.
I'm saying it's like books.
Not that I've read them. You think I read books?
Books are
I've read a
amazing,
book or
alright?
two. I read a book or two.
I've read these books.
I've only read one
That's
book,
it.
and it's the Bible. All right.
Hey, that's the
alright.
best book there is.
Yeah. How can you get mad at that?
That's all you need.
Can you truthfully say that you've read
Not the,
the
whole
Bible?
Bible, but I've read excerpts of the
The
Bible.
work in progress.
Because it
I don't
literally
think I have either.
it's proven that the Bible will take a year to read.
Boy.
All right, you know what? No,
fast.
Well, that's
Science.
I thought
it's
like
a possibility.
I thought it was like one
What's a-
chapter a day.
It's like 3 or 4. We'll
Oh,
get you to
yeah,
finish
yeah,
it in
yeah,
a
yeah,
year.
Yeah.
Oh,
on,
then if you just read it
I'm on
like
Corinthians or something. I
If you
started
read-
on Matthew.
If you read 1 chapter a day, it'd probably take you a couple years
Yeah, I probably would.
yeah, that
Technically,
would
you can read the Bible like it's
in a day.
a book.
in a day.
If you're a quick reader,
Speed readers.
I don't know
bro.
about that.
sure you could.
Speed
The
readers.
difference is
They made the pages thin for a reason.
the difference is understanding it, but I'm sure someone could read it in a week if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone could knock the Bible out in a day. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, like what I'm saying
But
is
they'd
that
get nothing out of it.
a Bible
Yeah.
is a book
Nothing.
that you really have to read multiple times if you want
Put
to
it down
fully
and be like,
understand it. Because,
"What?"
in my opinion, the Bible is really cryptic. You know, you have to
Yeah.
understand the terms that they use.
Yeah.
And when you do, it's absolutely amazing.
You
And
read it in one day, you're not getting
yeah,
nothing
you're
out
not
of it.
getting it. If you read it over the course of a year, you're definitely gonna remember some
Yeah.
things.
Well, that's why you have to forget it. I'm not gonna troll you
whatever.
anymore.
No more trolls. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that was a pretty good podcast. You wanna end it there?
I think that's a good way to end it.
Let's end it with
Can't
this.
beat the Bible.
Yeah.
Let's end it with this.
So
All right,
we're
Matt,
gonna
take us
have
out.
Matt
Me and
play
George.
us out.
Me and George
Matt and
take
George
it.
Alright,
are gonna
we'll
do a
take you out.
duet. Let's make this stereo. I'm feeling it. How about you, Pete? Feeling it?
I'm feeling it. I feel like I want to sing to it.
I messed up. Self-serve.
All right. Well, that was our podcast.
Yeah, that
the
was-
first episode. That's 2 hours. That maybe we'll condense into something.
Oh, we're condensing it. No one's listening to us
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Let's get all the really cool philosophical parts. There we go. I was about to say
I don't know.
philosophical.
Falafels. I love those.
Matt did most of the deep talking today. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He did, but I had no idea what he was talking about.
It's because you're dumb, all right?
Really.
It was just
I
so
have to
deep.
spoon feed you every
It's
single
a
time I
proven
talk to
fact
you.
that the Bible can be read in a year.
He's got you on that one.
All right, yeah, you got me on that one. You gotta admit, the whole Zelda part and the whole 4 minutes
Was
33
also like
seconds,
that.
The whole 4 minute and
4
33
minutes.
seconds.
I'll give you
That
that.
was
That
deep.
I
was
did
that was
really
deep.
good on
That
that
was
one,
good.
alright?
That was really
and I
good.
You actually
defended
did.
Zelda with everything I had, so
That's true.
that was good too.
Good
Yeah.
job. Good job.
What did you do today, Peter?
I gave my insight and my wisdom.
I gave most of them. You know what? All right, that was our podcast,
Okay.
guys.
Yep. See ya. We're gonna sing you out.
Yeah.
I'm not singing out.
We're signing off, guys. Thanks for listening.
You were listening to the podcast, and we're leaving now.
listens to this whole thing, I'll give you a cookie.
You know who would listen? You know who would listen to this whole thing? Believe it or not, is Daniel.
He will.
He would.
Yeah, Dennis.
Shout out to Daniel, our only listener.
Yeah, shout out
Daniel,
to
if
Daniel.
you made it this far, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, man.
Signing off. Bye.